Ocelot Records 10-year reunion to benefit the Dana-Farber Cancer Institute. June 13th, Faces Brewing Company, Malden, Massachusetts. Come reunite with friends of old and new with a star-studded lineup with Oh the Humanity, Dead Cats, Dead Rats, A Minor Revolution, The Hideout, and The Digs. This is an all-ages show. Get your tickets for Ocelot Records 10-year reunion to benefit the Dana-Farber Cancer Institute at facesbrewing.com.
Hey, this is Rev from the Drowns, and if you still believe in rock and roll, then keep the dial set here at the Struggling Artist Podcast.
You're listening to the Struggling Artist Podcast.
People need to be entertained. They need the distraction.
With your host, Trev Allen.
I wish to God that somebody would do something to block out the voices in my head for 5 minutes.
Alright, so I know the compact disc is having a bit of a renaissance right now among independent bands, and I just want to say that unless you're putting a bonus track at the very end that is preceded by 7 to 9 minutes of silence, then you're just a poser. Check. Listen. Tuning in to another episode of Underground Noise. I'm your host and friendly neighborhood coffin salesman, Aria Rad, and I just want to say I'm sorry for calling you a poser. If you're putting out music and enjoying it, there's just no wrong way to do it, and we're here to celebrate that. So yeah, without further ado, the first thing I want to shout out is this new EP by my good friend Squally Greenthumb. He released an EP called Doom Stroller. It's one 25-minute track, and he's sort of maybe not pioneered, but formalized this concept of doom strolling as an antidote to doom scrolling. So when your brain just isn't working right, put down the phone, go for a long walk, listen to some long, slow, cerebral music. And he celebrated this release by walking a marathon, raising money for Boston Food Not Bombs. Fucking how about that? Hell yeah, respect. And while we're talking about stoners playing loud, crazy music, I want to shout out this new split from these two Richmond bands, Captain Caveman and Cannabis, but spelled like abyss, you know, like when you stare into the cannabis, it stares back at you. You know what I'm trying to say. Anyway, this is a really fun, weird split, and Captain Caveman sort of brings a gross, sludgy, weirdo punk vibe to the whole thing. Like, it's dark and aggressive and fun, and the Cannabis side almost feels like the same band turned inside out. Like, the parts are totally trippy and like sort of just floating around in air, and it's really ridiculous and sort of makes you feel like you're tripping. But let me play a little bit of the Captain Caveman side just so you can get an idea of what I'm talking about here. That production is just so fucking ugly, and I love that so much. Recently, I was talking to a friend, and he was telling me about this band he was in, and he described the music as ignorant. And I can't tell you how much that connected with me when he said that, and I sort of feel the same way when I listen to Captain Caveman. I'm certainly not trying to impose anything about these dudes being not intelligent. But what I am saying is, in a world so complicated and sometimes so full of pretense, it feels good just to scratch your fucking animal brain sometimes, you know? And I've said this before, but I think it bears repeating that really when we talk about aggressive music, it's important to think of pop music as aggressive music. Everything about it is designed to hit your brain as hard and fast as possible. And I mean, for Christ's sake, they call them hooks for a reason. And with that, I want to talk about the new single from Boston's own Tiffy called Scam Likely. And Tiffy is a very guitar-forward pop band. is how I think of them. It feels like very much beautiful summer day, windows down. You're driving with the love of your life for now, and the music is just really hitting. So yeah, let's play a little bit of that.
Tend not to bother and call her, and no one can say what went through me. I wanted to know. There's a grandpa's deep down.
Yeah, it just goes down kind of nice, doesn't it? Yeah, Tiffy's a really wonderful band. I got to see them a few weeks ago, and it really activated the guitar gears going in my brain, what limited cells I have available. And they're just such a great band. And while we're talking pop, I got to shout out the new jam from Boston indie alt-rock band Good June. The song is called Bear With Me, and it's really greatly crafted rock music, but what steals the show for me with this band every time is frontman Alex's voice. He doesn't sound like Brandon Flowers from The Killers, but in my brain, his voice fits in a similar place. It's just so smooth and beautiful when I listen to it. And they're just such a great band, so definitely check out that single and keep an eye out for what they're working on. And now to depart into a new mood, there's a new song from singer-songwriter Cody Rico. Cody's been in a lot of bands, but this new song called Diagnosis is a really direct and somber reflection on confronting cancer. And what I find really interesting about this song is lyrically it's very direct, but there's some interesting layers of vocals and guitars that give it this sort of surreal, really cerebral kind of feeling. And here's a little bit that I think illustrates that.
And I don't know if I'll make it. It seems to be getting worse. And even if I do, the life I knew is lost. Seek out a new direction.
Yeah, a really honest, reflective track. Definitely go check it out. And while we're talking about introspective music, I want to talk about this new record from Joseph Allred entitled The Old Gods. And Joseph has a massive catalog that is a labyrinth of primarily, but certainly not exclusively, instrumental guitar music. And I saw a show a few years ago and was totally spellbound by it. And this record, when you put it on, it immediately takes you somewhere. And I have trouble kind of deciding if when I listen to this, if it's taking me somewhere inward or if it's taking me somewhere beyond. And I think it is sort of doing both. And I think that's its unique power. And there's 4 tracks all over 10 minutes. And I know it's 2026 and everyone says they have a short attention span, but you'd be surprised what can happen when you sort of give yourself over to a record like this. And while we're talking about music as an experience, we have a brand new black metal band from Boston called Solemn Reaper that just released their first demo. And I've been thinking about this, and I was thinking that listening to black metal should feel like hearing a secret. Not a secret as in you know the coolest bands before everybody else, but a secret as in there's some mysterious, forbidden knowledge you're accessing. And that knowledge is either transcendent or evil and invasive. And Solemn Reaper definitely feels on the evil and invasive scale. This demo is really great. It's just the right amount of raw that you can pick up on this like eerie melodicism, but it's too opaque for you to really like hold on to it. So yeah, really interesting, cool demo from this band. I'm looking forward to see what they do next and hopefully catch a show. So hell yeah. And next up, I'm really excited about this new record from North Carolina band Wayland Storms. They have a record called The Arsonist coming out this summer, and they have a really special blend to me of gothic and noir sounds set in a decidedly southern context with certain elements of doom and post-metal that make it really heavy. I guess if you wanted to be really crazy and just talk off the cuff, there are times where you could say it's almost like twangy Neurosis, if you could imagine such a thing. And I was able to catch them a few years ago, and just the sheer volume and intensity of their performance really enhanced this feeling I have. I really love the stuff they put out. Their last record is wonderful, and I'm really looking forward to this one. And if you know me, you probably know that a direct way to my heart is music that is heavy, gloomy, and steeped in some kind of folk music. And that's why I'm really excited about the new record coming out finally from The Huntress and The Holder of Hands. And the core of their sound is made up of bass, percussion, and strings. I mean, like viola, violin, paired with these wonderful, intensely focused vocals of vocal harmonies. And it sounds like on this record, they're going to be going in an even more intense, heavy direction. It comes out the first week of June. I'm really looking forward to hearing the whole thing, and I will surely provide you all with an update. And the last band I want to shout out today before we get out of here is incredible. It's Siakal from Toronto, Ontario, hardcore punk in Farsi. I can't tell you how cool it is for me to hear that. I never really learned much growing up, but I was surrounded by family speaking it all the time. And I'm not sure what that means, if anything, but this band really gets my blood boiling. Really check them out, read what they're about. They're fucking incredible. And I'm going to leave you off with a song, but before I do that, I just want to say thank you all for tuning in today. I hope you found something new to you that you liked. If there's something new you heard that you're enjoying, please let me know. That would make my day. If you or someone you know has a project you're working on and you'd like to give it a plug on this show, feel free to drop me a line. You can reach me at aria@thestrugglingartistpodcast.com, on Instagram at coffin_salesman. And if you want to support what I do musically, you can find me at coffinsalesman.net, or I have a Patreon as well, Patreon Coffin Salesman. Check it out. And so we're going to leave you with a banger. Until then, keep on rocking. Your new outfit looks great.